welcome to another episode of Talking Shop. I've got my buddy Franklin Gatson here. Franklin is in school at where?
Kelley School of Business, IU.
So he's going to school to get into the financial planning community. So I wanted to bring him in as somebody who's getting into the industry from the outside to learn more about what intrigued him about the industry and kind of have a conversation. And you'll see he's got little Franklin in here with him as well. We'll see if he chirps up a little bit for us. But so Franklin, kind of give us a look at what you're doing today, because you're busting it, man. Like, I have a lot of respect for everything that you're doing. So tell everybody what you are doing, aside from being a dad, everything else that you have going on.
So as of right now, I run a gym actually about 10 minutes from here, Sparks Athletic Refinery over in Fishers. We opened November of 2016, I want to say, so we're coming up on an anniversary here soon. Also, I'm a student at Kelley School of Business in the evenings, so I work pretty much all day training, and then I go to class at night.
And then you got this little guy as well.
Yep.
All right, so gym, student, father, well-rounded. What is it about finance? Because we were talking about before the cameras, you played college basketball, had a couple stops because coach got fired, didn't do finance when you were an undergrad, and now you're going. So what was it about finance that kind of intrigued you?
So I think the big thing that intrigued me about finance is actually being a personal trainer. Personal training is a luxury expense. You know, not everybody can afford it. What I'm finding is people my age group absolutely cannot do it.
Right.
I've never had someone in my age group come into my gym and just say, you know, I can just sign up right now and let's do it. And it's because of not being financially stable, not having the planning, not having the know-how to plan to be able to do some of these things like this. And after I looked further into it, I find that it's not even that they're just wants that people are going without, but sometimes they're going without needs. And I think that is what intrigued me to come into this world, is to help people around my age group be able to afford, you know, the luxuries that they want, and also to be able just to live comfortably in life with everything that they need. So that's what drew me to this.
So your aspect of going to finance is not to necessarily be in the finance world, it's to be an advisor and planner and help people.
Yep.
Do you see yourself working primarily with your peers and younger, or everybody? Because I work with young and old, and I like doing both, but do you see yourself kind of specializing? What do you see?
I'd like to work with the younger crowd, just because that's who I know.
Right.
I mean, honestly, a lot of my friends will come into the gym and I just can't get them in. And it's not because I don't want to. It just doesn't work out. I'd like to be able to set people up to be able to do things like have a personal trainer or, you know, whatever they'd like to do. A lot of my friends don't even travel because they're just working, you know, paycheck to paycheck, and they can't get ahead.
Right.
So they can't travel, they can't afford, you know, personal training, they can't do other things in life that that I'm fortunate enough to be able to do. So I'd like to help people my age group be able to do those things.
So how did you get your footing when it comes to personal finances? Because I'm sure you got to have your stuff in order, running a gym, being a business owner, and everything else, to then realize. So what was it that was instilled in you, or how did you develop the good habits that you have?
When I initially left college, I went and worked mortgage.
Okay.
And that was a big eye-opening experience for me. I was only there maybe 4 months before I got miserable and left, sitting behind a desk. But when I was in school, nobody taught me about taxes. Nobody taught me about credit and how those things play into it. So being in that system of mortgages and learning that stuff helped me say, well, I have to get myself in order. I can't be on the phone telling somebody that they should be doing this if I'm not doing it. I'm big on practicing what I preach. So in order for me to tell somebody, you know, you have to have a credit score of this or whatever, you have to, you know, try to save this much out of your paycheck, I had to start doing it myself first. So those 4 months at Royal United Mortgage, which is down in Castleton, actually helped me a lot.
So you learned it a little bit on your own, but now you're in the thick of things. You're telling me you've got financial management and micro going on right now. What's been the biggest eye-opening thing when it comes to finances that you're learning through school that you see yourself using in your future financial advisor role?
Understanding the value of a dollar today versus tomorrow.
Okay.
It's huge for me. I never thought about, you know, having $100 in a week doesn't mean I'm going to be worth $100 today.
Right.
So time value of money has been the biggest lesson for me this semester, and it's helped me tremendously already. And I've only been in this semester since August. So again, I've been applying that stuff to how I plan out my budget, my finances, and going with that.
So are you sprinkling some of this knowledge on your buddies that can't get into the gym, trying to get them to... Did you see the video of Hard Knocks that they made fun of? I forget who the football player was, but but they showed a video of him in the locker room trying to tell the guys about investing in compound interest and saving money. Yeah.
No, I didn't see that one.
He ended up getting cut for the Browns because they made fun of him because the numbers he was quoting were a little bit on the high end, but still the principle behind it was real good.
And that's funny because I went to high school with Ted Karras, who plays for the Patriots.
Okay.
And he's actually going to Kelly as well, so he's teaching those guys and talking about that stuff a little bit too. Yep.
So you may have a little in your future business of working with athletes.
Oh yeah, I hope so.
So as you look forward and you're going through this whole process, what excites you most about potentially being a financial advisor?
I like to help people. And I mean, that's it for me. That's why I went into training after I stopped playing. Is I just want to help people. So helping people physically be healthier is one thing for me. Now I can help people mentally. Being in a good space financially gives a peace of mind.
Right.
You know, and if I can do that, and you know, I'll still do my workouts, and I'll train people whenever I get in the gym. But being able to now give a peace of mind mentally, which I feel right now, especially in my point in life, is more important than the physical piece, it is tremendous for me. That's where I want to be, is helping people get that mental peace of mind.
Do you see yourself still being a business owner, or do you see yourself working with another advisor as a team?
Starting off, I'd like to pair up with somebody and go from there.
Okay.
Just being able to learn somebody who's been in it for a while, you know, is going to be tremendous. And you know, if I go somewhere and open my own business down the road, that's one thing. But right now, I really want to get under somebody and get the wheels spinning a little bit.
Okay. I'm going to throw a question at you that I didn't give you ahead of time. So it's a question I ask every podcast guest. So we're not on a podcast, but I'll still ask you because we're kind of getting to it. So I always ask everybody, how do they define wealth? So when I ask you about wealth, what does wealth mean to you? As I put you on the spot. That's tough because it's deep.
Oh yeah. I think wealth is a state of mind. Honestly, when I think of somebody being rich, I think they have a lot of money. But when I think of somebody being wealthy, they're happy. You know, they're not overly stressed about the little things anymore. Things are just in order for them. I think wealth is something that we all strive for. Because I mean, that is just like a complete feeling.
Right.
You know, like I can be rich and be miserable.
Right.
If I'm wealthy, I'm good. I'm happy. My son's happy. His mom's happy. I'm happy. We're living life, and you know, things are rolling for us.
Good. I like the answer. And then, actually, the answer's so good, I forgot what my next question was going to be. So, I think that'll wrap it up for this episode. One last thing. So, for anybody younger watching this, what would be one thing that you would tell your peers out there if they come across this video? Your one little trinket. It's not an advisor yet, but that you want to instill on somebody today.
Don't get so wrapped up in how other people view you.
Okay.
I've seen people go crazy because they're not getting likes on Instagram, or they're not getting retweets on Twitter, so they go out and they'll blow their last dollar trying to look a certain way for people who aren't going to think about them twice. So don't get so wrapped up in how others view you.
Okay.
Because I don't believe you can be happy if you're only basing that off of other people's perspective of you, because you can't make everybody happy anyways.
Right. Sounds good. All right, Franklin, thanks for stopping by. This is a great episode. I'm excited. Appreciate it. And as you go through your course, I'll probably have you come back in and we'll talk about some other topics that you're learning and have a reoccurring appearance from you.
Sounds good.
So thank everybody for watching. I'll link to Franklin's social media so you can follow him on Twitter as well. And we'll see you in the next episode.
Say bye-bye.
Bye.
Awesome. Well, that one died, so we're going to end up using this one.
Bye-bye.